This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. Today we got a 1986 Mercury Marquis with a 3.8 engine, and we are going to show you how to replace the alternator and the belts. Alright, it's supposed to rain, so keep up. We're going to get right to it. We'll be right back. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to do, let's disconnect the negative terminal. And actually, you know what? It might be better if we just remove the battery altogether so you guys get a good angle at this. So what I got here is a 1/2-inch drive wrench. Go ahead and you can see this is already a problem, because you can see as I'm turning this, the other end is turning. So I'm going to have to get another 1/2-inch drive wrench to hold the other side. Let's see if the positive will loosen up. Okay. Good. Positive did loosen up. So let's get us another 1/2-inch drive wrench so we can hold this side, or pair of pliers. Matter of fact, got my needle nose pliers here. I'm going to hold that side and loosen this up. Great. Alright, I'm going to take off the negative first, lean it down to the side. Now take off the positive, lean that over, and now we got right here, it looks like a 10mm bolt down here that we're going to loosen up because this bracket is holding down the battery, so you can't take that up. So let's get that loosened up, take it out, and we'll be right back. Alright, my mistake, it's not a 10mm, it's 11mm or 7/16. So I got a 11mm deep or semi-deep 3/8 drive socket with my 12-inch 3/8 drive ratchet. I'll go ahead over here and take this bolt out. Take the bolt out. Take the bracket. And take the battery right out. Alright, we're going to set this battery to the side and we'll be right back. Alright, the next thing we're going to do, guys, let's get this air cleaner out of the way. You got the wing nut already here. It's already loose, huh? Take that off. Pick up our whole entire air cleaner. Now over here, we're just going to pop it loose to the side. Pop that off. And we're going to lean the whole thing over to the side. Then, so we don't lose the wing nut, I'll put it back up there just by a few threads, and that's it. The next thing we're going to do to make this easy for us, let's get this bar out of the way. And it looks like we have two 10mm bolts holding it in. 1, 2. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just loosen up this one and this one. What the heck? Dang it, things. Kind of tight. Alright, and what I'm going to do is just swing that bracket right out of the way, just like that, and put the bolt right back into place. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab me, we got two nuts right up under here. This is the adjuster right here. It's got the 2 nuts right here, and we got the long bolt right there. And let's see what size that is. Okay. I have here a 15mm shallow socket, 3/8 drive. And what I'm going to do here, matter of fact, to make this easier for me, guys, let me get a 15mm deep. Okay, and that's all I want to do is go in here and just loosen those 2 nuts off. Don't want to take them out. That's all I want to do is loosen them up. That hose is in your way. Alright, you can see, matter of fact, you can see right here. See better. Alright, got that done. The next thing we do, we got this long adjusting bolt right here on the top. So what I'm going to do is take me an 8mm deep. Get that in there. And whoops, I'm going to tighten it up. And as I tighten it up, what it does is going to get this tensioner loose. And keep on, and it's actually bringing this pulley up so then I can get this belt off. Okay, and you can see how that moves right there. So I'm gonna bring that up, hold it into place, and take our belt off of the alternator. Then we'll just let that belt hang there for a minute. Now we are ready to go and get this alternator out of here. Now, alternator got, let me see here, 2 bolts on it. I'm not sure what size they are. Let's see here. No. All right, let me get some sockets and I'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna do, this alternator's got 3 wires going to it in the back. But what we're gonna do is disconnect it from this main plug right here. And a lot of times you make sure you can disconnect this by hand. Do not pull any harness by its wires or you can mess that plug up. So you want to try to hold it by the plug itself and pull it apart. Here we go. Now it's going to come right with the alternator. The next thing we're going to do is we got the top bolt up here. And this is a 9/16 or a 14 millimeter. I'm going to take that bolt out, and if you notice, this has a guard right here that's guarding against, so when you stick your hand in here, this thing don't mess you up. So you got another bolt right over here, 9/16 or 4. Oh, wait a minute, man, that's not even 9/16. Man, this thing has got so many different sizes of bolts to it. All right, let's get this one off. All right. And that one, maybe 15. Okay. Got a 15 millimeter bolt right here. Okay. And take that out of there. Let's see, get this guard out of the way. Let's put this bolt right back in there so we know it goes there. The next thing we got is a 16 millimeter or a 5/8. We got my shallow socket 3/8 drive, and we got one big bolt right here. That's for the bottom of the alternator. Let's get that bolt out. Now sometimes this alternator is going to come out with no problem at all. Remember, this is a long bolt, so make sure the long bolt goes at the bottom. Now see how this one's stuck? But there's no other bolts. You just got to walk it back and forth and take the alternator right out, lean to the side. Now what's happening here is, see this little pin right here, this little guide pin. As you tighten up that big bolt, it slides this pin into the alternator and keep it tight. So what we're going to end up doing is getting our little brass hammer, and we're going to knock that back just so we can make sure the other alternator goes right in place. But in the meantime, let's bring this over here to the back of the truck. And let's go get let's check our wiring and all, make sure nothing's messed up. The wiring is all good and all. Okay, let's go get our new alternator. We'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. We got the new alternator, and what I did was set them up. Now the housing may be a little bit different, but these are the same alternators. Now what I'm going to do here is first, I'll take my wire snips right here. Let me cut this tag off, cut the instructions off. I don't need no instructions. All right, the next thing we're going to do is transfer this harness over. So what I'm going to do is take me a little flat screwdriver, and I'm going to go over here, because I don't want to mess up these covers. Get this out of here. I'm going to pop these little covers off to get to the nuts up under there. Yeah, it sure is. Probably, because probably been up there since 1986. So, all right, let's get another one. This one's already broken, as you can see. But we don't want to damage it anymore. that one back. Now, let's get these off of here. What size we got here? I'm actually using a 12mm 1/4" drive socket. I'm gonna take that one off. Okay, that's one. And we're paying attention to how they go. We see this red one is going to go with the thick wire. The black one over here is going to go with that. Bend this one back. Let's see what's holding this on. Wow, guys, this one is actually just held on. It's just pushed on. I ain't thinking that. That's just actually pushed on, just like that. Let's see if this one is. Yes, it is. Just pushed right on. Look at that. So you know what we're gonna do here? Let's push this. Let's get this thing back in that cover. And what we're gonna do here is take some vice grips and squeeze that to make sure that it's gonna make a good connection. Dang it, man. Pick or something. Alright, let me get a pick, guys. And also what I'm going to do here is look at that one. And I think what we're going to do is take the nuts off of these two. Yeah, that one, to make sure it's going to grab enough. Take this one off. Alright, and we'll be right back. Alright, guys, we got the plug here. And what I'm going to do here is I had to squeeze that one in there. I want to make sure that's nice and tight, just like that one. And what we're going to do here first is let's get the big one on. Put the nut on it. And I'm not going to tighten that up yet. Just want to set that up there just so we can get the other ones on. And they just push right on there. Okay, that's one. And there's two. Great. Now that I got that set up, now I can go ahead and tighten this bolt up. Got it. Dang.
You got something stuck in?
Yeah, the old bolt. There we go. Alright, go ahead. And when you tighten up bolts, the nuts on the back of the alternator, guys, these are not super tight because you will mess that regulator up inside. So that's what you want to do, is tighten up till it stops and just snug just a little bit more, and that's it. Put our cover back on. Now we are ready to set this back into the car. Let's get our brass hammer so we can knock that slider back in, and we're going to install this. We'll be right back. Alright, guys, so got me a brass hammer. The reason why I got a brass hammer is because a metal hammer, a steel hammer, it may damage that little slider, and I don't want to damage that. This way the brass will mess up. So what I want to do here, and you want to be very careful with this because you can break that tab off there. So what you want to do is just go ahead and tap that in. So how it slides out there, that's all, and that's probably enough right there. That's perfect. This we can do, let's grab our alternator and let's see if it fits in there. Look at that, see that? It fits right in that, down there, with no problem whatsoever. And actually what I can do right now is take my big bolt and bring that in there. Put it by a couple threads. That's great. Let's bring the top of the alternator, bring it up. better yet, let's take our big bolt out right here. And remember that this guard went between this bracket and them two brackets. Okay. Now we bring our alternator up. Get our alternator bolt. Put it between there. Get that on by a couple threads. This is looking great, guys. And before we forget, go right over here and let's plug up our alternator. Perfect. All right, the next thing we do, let's tighten up 1, 2, and 3. Let's tighten them bolts up. And we'll be right. Okay, now before we do anything, you're gonna tighten this up, and once this bolt stops, it's gonna go up against that collar. You're gonna keep on tightening it because you're gonna start squeezing that collar in until it hits the alternator. So then when it tightens up, you just go till it stops and just a little bit more. All right, so let's get those 3 bolts tightened up and we'll be right back. All right, guys, you know, I got a problem here. I am tightening this bolt up, and this alternator seems like the threading is stripped out toward the other end. Unbelievable. Yep, because on this side, just at the belly, yeah, dang it. Where did the customer get this alternator from? Look over here, let's go over here. FedEx. AutoZone, right here, you can see on the... Yeah, sure. No. Oh, wait, let me see the top of here for a minute. Oh, it don't matter, because this ain't the customer's information. That's good, so yeah. Alright, yeah, we got AutoZone right here. So what we're gonna do, guys, is I got me a nut, a bolt, and a washer. And what we're gonna do is put that in there. And I'm gonna tighten this up. See that, guys? See how it just stripped right out? So now we got a nut to go on the back, 9/16, and we're gonna put that on there. You gotta be kidding me. Dang it. Because this nut has that washer, that like a washer end on the other side, if you take a look right between here and on this side, it's hitting right up against the alternator. So we gotta get another nut up here. Dang it, that doesn't have that little washer end. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, now I got another nut up here that doesn't have that washer end. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna tighten that up. And I'm gonna have to get me a 9/16 wrench to hold that in place while I tighten that up. That's good. All right, now I'm paying attention to how the belt is put on. And what I want to do here is take the belt off. Okay, pretty simple, because we got a new belt. And we're gonna get the belt for the AC compressor. So, all right, we'll be right back. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, let's get our AC belt off. And this thing's got a few adjustments on it. And what I have here is a 1/2 inch 3/8 drive deep socket. And what I'm gonna do is loosen up this top bolt first. Okay. Then we'll loosen up this one in the front. Okay, and then take my mirror and look. I want you to look through the mirror, and there's a bolt right there. You can see that bolt? Yeah. So I'm gonna reach down there and get that bolt loose. All right, and okay, it looks like this nut right over here has to be loosened too. This thing's got a lot of bolts holding it in. Oops, dang it. All right, let's see if we can get that better now. All right, let's see if this thing loosens up now. So next what I'm gonna do is take my 1/2-inch drive ratchet with my 1-inch extension, and here's the adjustment slot right here. So I'm gonna put that right in there, and I'm gonna go like I'm loosening it, and of course it's not moving, so there's another bolt holding it from sliding. So now I gotta find that bolt. Okay, wait a minute. I got a bracket. Back here. And let me see, like a 1/2-inch. It's in the back of the alternator. Dang, I can't believe all this thing got all this stuff on. Let me see here. Alright, let me see if this is loosened up. Okay, I loosened that up. Now let's see if dang it. Give me some ideas, Marquis. What the heck, man?
What about this?
Yeah, loosen that one up from back here.
Oh.
Go straight through. And loosen up that one. So this thing should come loose then. Alright guys, let's loosen up these bolts some more, man. Make sure I got these bolts loosened. That one's loose. And make sure there's any other up under here. Okay, I loosened up that one, loosened up that one. I loosened them all up. And this thing ain't budging. There we go. Kind of tight. All right, there we go. Got that thing up. Let's take out. What?
I'm shot and slap myself.
What?
I thought that it supposed to turn this way, so that's why I couldn't figure out why I wasn't moving. I'm thinking it's supposed to turn. Oh, man.
All right, we got one belt off. Let's go get our new belts. We'll be right back. All right, let's get our new belt on. Make sure it's going all around there. Yeah. Okay, then we're going to take our 1/2-inch drive ratchet and put it on tightening now. And now we're going to bring this back. Make sure that belt is nice and tight. That belt's on the groove. Make sure it's in the groove. Make sure the belt is nice and tight. And while you're holding it, take my 1/2-inch drive, my 1/2-inch 3/8 drive ratchet, and I'm going to tighten up this bolt right over here to keep it into place. Perfect. Now I can take my ratchet out of here. And look at that. That belt's nice and tight. Now you don't want this thing super tight. You want about a 1/2-inch deflection, which means I should, going back and forth, I should go no more than about a 1/2 inch from either side. And that's great. All right, we're gonna go over here and tighten up our bolts back, and we're gonna put the serpentine belt on. We'll be right back. All right, we got that done. Last thing, let's put on our serpentine belt. Let's open this belt up. And pretty much remembered how the belt came off, so that's how I pretty much know how to put this belt on right now. down there. Go around our power steering pump. Then we're gonna go up to here, over here. So under our adjuster. Dang, the thing came off, not good. You know, I can still work with that. Let's get our thing up there. There we go. Thanks, hold on right there.
No, you told us that.
Okay, we're on.
You just gotta push this one.
Hold it, where the heck? Oh. This one's gotta go. Keep that one up there on that pulley. Okay, got it. Make sure the belt is lined up in all the grooves. How's that side over there? My finger is lined up. Everything good. All right, guys, we're great. Next thing we're gonna do, come back over this side, and now we're gonna bring the tension down on our pulley. So what we're gonna do? Oh, okay. What we're gonna do is get our 8mm deep, and we're gonna start loosening up this. And what we're gonna do is loosen now, and what we're gonna do is bring this tensioner all the way down till we got about a 1/2 inch deflection in this belt. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we got this belt nice and tight. The last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna tighten up the 2 adjusting nuts right there. We're gonna use our 15mm deep, 3/8 drive. Go in there, tighten them up. Okay, perfect. Next thing we're gonna do, our bracket that's over here, let's swing our bracket over. Got these 2 10mm bolts. Okay, we're gonna use our 10mm shallow. I'm using my 12-inch 3/8 drive extension. And we're gonna tighten up both these bolts. All right, we'll be right back.
All right, the next thing we're gonna do is put our air cleaner back on. Oh, okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna connect this together first until it clamp on.
Okay.
All right, then I'm gonna connect these two.
That thing clamping? There goes more. Yeah, keep on pushing. You gotta twist it at the same time. There it is.
All right, so now I'm gonna just put this one in. I can move this one. It look like it. But it's all jiggy, messed up. All right, hold on. Make sure it's in there. All right, it's in there. All right, so now I'm gonna put this on. Take the wash off.
Wing nut.
The wing nut off. And I wanna make sure this line up.
All right, now guys, check this out. You notice on top of the air cleaner, it says front. So, I mean, you can, don't take up the front because it ain't really like that. Just toward the front of the engine. But you good. Make sure it just, same thing, go ahead, right there. And we're gonna tighten that up. And next thing we're gonna do, we'll put our battery back in. Now the battery is dead, so we're gonna be jumping this out. So I'm gonna use that piece of jumper we got and see if it works again. All right, so we'll be right back.
All right, so now we're gonna put the battery back in. All right, you wanna make sure that it's match up with the positive on one side and the negative on the other side. All right, I'm gonna sit that in there like that. All right, let's see. I'll get this bracket on. All right. Come on. Hold that. All right. I hope so.
Hey, wait a minute.
Puzzle be up.
Is it supposed to? Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay, you fine.
All right, there you go.
All right, so I'm gonna sit that in there like that. I'm gonna take my 11mm with my 12-inch extension with my 3HD with my my 11mm socket with my 12-inch extension with my 3X ratchet.
Okay. All right, you're gonna tighten that up. We're gonna put the battery terminal back on. We'll be right back. We know the bat. Oh, we're going now. All right, the battery is dead, so we're gonna hopefully. Now I got this thing free from doing a review on something, installing some whatever side steps. Now right now, as you can see this light right here. This light is pretty dim, so I know this battery is kind of dead. Look at this thing. Oh well. So if this thing I have been having problems with, and I charge it completely, if it don't work this time, in the garbage it going right now. Or I'm gonna give it to Marquis. It's a good light. All right, so I'm gonna plug this up. All right, and let me cut it on. All right, I cut it on. It's got 4 bars. That is fully charged. Let me see what happens after I try to start. It brightened up. Yeah. The light brightened up. Let's see if it works.
It must want to stay. I don't want to go home with my key.
This is some bull, man. I'm throwing this thing. This thing is so junky, man. This thing don't work worth nothing, man. It's going to Marquis. This is junk. I mean, if I wanted a light, I mean, it's good for.
Flashlight.
It'll work for a light. Yeah. How do we do this? Man, this is bull, man. This piece of junk. All right. So what we're gonna have to do now is get some jumping cables, and we're gonna have to jump this car. We'll be right back. All right, guys. What I'm doing, I'm gonna jump it from. Our compressor has its own battery, and the battery is located right back there. As you can see, I got the terminals hooked up to it, or not, the jumping cables hooked up to it. So we're gonna go over here. Let's hook it up. Let's see if this light brightens up. Let's see if that light brightens up. All right, let's try it now. See if it starts.
It's a genius, man. Ain't got enough juice. Oh yeah, it went dim.
Went back dim. Let's go over here. Check out, tell me if the light gets
it's a bitch by, yeah.
All right. Let's, tell me if that thing, go back over that way.
It's dim, it's back bright, dim.
What is it now?
It's still, it's dim, yeah. Now it's brightening up a little bit. It's dim a little bit.
Let me see if turn the truck around and jump this thing. Come on, this thing bright.
It's brightening.
Huh?
It's brightening up a little bit.
Tell me if it dims out.
It dim out when you try to crank it. Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. We're gonna turn the truck around or something and try to get this thing to jump. We'll be right back. All right, guys, what we did was we got the compressor running, so we're gonna use the compressor instead of turning the truck around. We're gonna use the compressor because it's got its own built-in alternator to jump it out, as you can see. So let's find out if we can get it now. Shut off our compressor. We're gonna grab our multimeter to check the charging condition of the battery. We're looking for about 13.5 for about 14 volts, maybe a little bit more because the battery was dead. So that's 14.2. So let's disconnect this, just make sure so we ain't getting a reading from the truck. Alright, let's check our voltage now. 14.2. Now it's supposed to be about 13.5, but we know this battery is dead, so what it's going to do, the alternator we're doing right now, is going to charge up this battery, which is good. And it's actually 14.25, and that voltage is going to keep on dropping, and it's going to hang out for about 13.5. So this is great. Perfect job. Belts is good, no squealing or nothing. You don't see the belts wobbling or anything. That's great. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we had this running for a good 5-10 minutes or so. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut the car off. We're going to see the battery starts up and start the car by itself. Let the customer know, let the car run for another 10-15 minutes, and everything is going to be great. Alright, close this down, we'll be right back.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we just showed you how to change the alternator and the belts on the 1986 Mercury Marquis.
What? Hey man, what? Think about it.
If you have any special comments,
okay, there
you can
go.
put them in the comment box below. If you have any other special comments, you can email Mr. Tim at Astro Auto Repairs. This is Marquis. If we can't repair it, nobody can.